Hello. Oops, I don't have my fucking thing on. Well done. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. Now, just a bit of a background on this idea and what's to come in the future, hopefully. Sonder, it's going to be a mini podcast series which I've been making. It's an idea I came up with, and with the help of my friends we've been able to make a couple of episodes for you guys, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. Quick disclaimers: this podcast is about anything. It's about different opinions and different, I suppose, how people perceive life and different things which people do. So obviously, quick disclaimer, this is just our opinions. Obviously our opinions can change on these matters as things go along, and the whole point of this is to look at different opinions and how people perceive things. Another disclaimer: we're all just 17-year-olds. We have no idea what we're talking about with a lot of these. Obviously, if we'd done a bit more research, then we probably would know more about these topics, but we're just going off the cuff and just thought, why not bring a bit more content to the channel? So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. Obviously we're trying to hit 100 million by the end of this year. And I just hope you guys enjoy us waffling about different aspects of life, different things, different questions, all sorts of topics, all sorts of things. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get on with the video. I like football, so I play football. If someone forced me to play rugby, I would hate playing rugby, exactly, and would try to avoid it, and I'd try to order that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because it's quite a hard topic to change, like with school. Like, do you think how would you, if you could pick one thing to change about school, what would it be? And reasonable. I'm not saying like a 2-day week or something.
No, like I don't know actually, because it's not like there's no issues with it, but obviously I hate it.
Yeah.
But
there's no inherent issues.
it works because there's successful people, obviously, but
yeah,
just kind of ease up and like listen to what we have to say sometimes.
I get that. I completely get that.
Like, you know how they say like, oh, do this, come after school, extra lessons and all that. Like, I feel like if I'm like, yo, I can't be bothered, like, you just kind of listen to what I have to say and then like talk to me after, kind of thing.
That's why sixth form is so much better compared to like secondary, because you're given that freedom.
Yeah.
And so
and it's like, yeah, very lessons as well.
Like, yeah. I feel like freedom is what makes people want to achieve, because now it's on you, like, to achieve your grades. Whereas before it's like you had to go to this intervention, you have to be in every class, you have to do this.
Yeah, it's fully now your choice.
Yeah. But here it's like it's on you now, which is good.
But then with that as well, it's the same element of trying to enjoy it, because once you get to, like, when we got into year 11, they switched up straight away.
Yeah.
They were making us do exams after school and extra homework and lessons basically before school as well. And nobody likes it. So therefore they put less effort into it. Like, we remember that one time we had an English exam and no one did anything. Everyone was laughing at the teacher. Everyone was like fucking around. Everyone was throwing everything. Some guy behind me was watching a Fortnite video. Like, we were doing all of this, and nobody cared. But the reason why nobody cared is because nobody liked doing it. And I know, obviously, in life you're gonna have to do things which you don't like. But from what I know, the smartest people who I know enjoy the subjects which they did.
Yeah.
And with the people who enjoyed the subjects, like, I enjoyed English and I got a good grade in English. I enjoyed history and I got a decent grade in history. You know, I enjoyed French and we all managed to pass it. And we are rubbish at French. And it's that kind of thing where once you hate a subject,
it's no coming back kind of thing.
You don't want to revise a subject which you don't like. You don't want to put as much effort into a subject which you don't like. You just want to kind of go with the motions and kind of just get it over and done with almost. So I think, leading on to the question I asked you, I think the one thing I would change is to try and make school a bit more enjoyable. Yeah. And I know obviously that's subjective and hard to do, but having a class where you just get lectured to for an hour.
Long.
I feel like they build up to that. Like, I feel like there's no way year 7, 8 and 9 was not enjoyable. Like,
Yeah.
We had lessons where like GT or free tech where literally anyone done what they want, and I feel like it's only right that in year 10 and 11 they expect people to like fix up, and for them 2 years just focus on education.
Yeah. But then I think with that as well, obviously it kind of it goes in that sense where you get loads of leeway in year 7, year 8, year 9 you slightly have to pattern up, and then year 10 and year 11 are much stricter. If I was to do it, and obviously again, quick disclaimer, we have no idea what we're fucking talking about, right? Like we're not trying to change the world, we're just having a convo. I think I would probably space that a bit more evenly.
Yeah.
So instead of cramming it in.
Yeah, because I don't think they were cramming it in. I think it's just.
They should start GCSE from year 7.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what
we were learning about like Normans and that in year 7 for why, or like for flipping.
You just do. I suppose you just do the same thing. Year 7, 8.
Yeah, like I think there's an element of you have to learn the basics before you get to the advanced. Yeah, obviously. Right. But with that, if you have to learn a certain thing by year 11, you have 11 till 16 to do that. If you start teaching me about Pythagoras, which is quite an easy concept, but anyway, if you start teaching me about Pythagoras in year 7, there's no way I'm not going to know it by year 11.
Yeah.
Like if you do it like every year, if you just do kind of the same things every year, then eventually we'll get the good grades. But then that kind of leads to the question where you're kind of been brought out like a robot almost. Yeah, so you're like, everyone's just going to know exactly the same things, and everyone's just going to do the exact same things almost.
Yeah. And I feel like if you do it earlier though, you'll get used to it kind of thing. Like you'll eventually kind of give in to the way it's kind of made. You're like, okay, cool, year 9, I'll do this every year, I'm going to do it, let me just try and enjoy it kind of thing. Yeah. You force yourself to like kind of like it and then do it.
Yeah, if it's the only thing you know, because then there's that thing as well. Because when we used to have science lessons, we had year before we had that teacher. No names. No names. We had this I really liked her, this really good Irish teacher.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like she had the perfect balance where we'd get loads of content done, but it wasn't done in this really lectural, really boring kind of way. Like she'd do interesting stuff, and then once every like term or once everything, she'd take us outside and play Gaelic football or something. Just something a bit different, just something which we could actually enjoy it. And almost as a reward as well for actually like putting up with a lesson which I know a lot of us didn't actually like. Yeah. So it's that kind of thing where a lot of teachers would just waffle to us and would go, okay, well, as a reward, during half term, we're going to give you even more homework, we're going to give you even more work. Like, for me, sorry that I'm waffling, by the way, I'll say my favourite teacher in secondary was our French teacher. I think, me personally, was probably my French teacher. Like that as well. With my history teacher being a close second. And what both of them did was they didn't just teach us the subject. Because what a French teacher would do all the time is he teaches us how to speak the language and will teach us about the culture of it. He'll teach us about some of the cool things which they do, and then he clearly had this really amazing passion for the subject. Whereas some of the science teachers who we had and some of the English teachers and maths teachers who we had were almost like, I've just got to give you the content. I've just got to force this content into you until you get it correct, kind of thing. Which I guess, like if you were a teacher, do you think you could like make things fun?
No. I feel like if I were a teacher, I don't think I would, just because I would never want to be a teacher. It's just
I would hate to be a teacher.
Dealing with kids is long.
I would get angry way too quickly if you were with him. Like knowing how I was like in secondary, if I had a student like me, no way for him.
Yeah. I was annoying.
Like us three, I was probably the most behaved in secondary. You two would fuck around all the time.
No, but the thing is, when I moved school, I literally...
You sent to a good youth, him.
Yeah, I didn't know, because I'm hella socially awkward. I didn't chat to new people, like, very often. And so I look like a weirdo if I was making a class, like, laugh when no one knows me.
Yeah, because there is that...
Are we doing
that? Yeah, who are you to be like, cracking jokes, isn't it?
Man.
But with you, man, it was calm. It was like... Yeah. I can just...
Because there is that thing with kids, though, like the other day I was walking into sixth form, and my sixth form's a secondary and a sixth form. Yeah. And I was walking down, and some kid who was in like year 7 with like all of his mates was like, alright, go buy me something from thingy. And I looked
You?
I looked at him like, what the fuck? Because in my head I'm like, he looks what, year 7?
He just thinks he's funny, innit?
One, he thinks he's funny too. If that was me, right? If I was at year 8, I would never talk to anyone who's older than me. I could never, because I'd get my teeth kicked in, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I was a skinny kid. I still am quite skinny, but like I was a skinny kid.
That was some ugly dog thing.
So I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't handle myself to do that. I think.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, but it's that whole thing of kind of not. I suppose just acting up in front of your mates, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like
I think you get a hype when you're around your friends as well.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's just. They do it. What's it called in psychology? Flipping identification or something like that.
To be liked. It's
where they just change their behaviour to be liked. Yeah. And then once they're at home, they're like a whole different person. But you can't even blame them. It's like,
but that's
they're just having fun. Like they're doing what they can to have fun around people.
Kind of enjoy the moment, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because then that does link to the idea of the people who are actually in that school. Yeah. Because obviously, like my primary school was a Catholic primary school. Everyone was goody two shoes. You know, still hated the gays, but you know, that might not get it. Started with a